last night, we listened to the beautiful katha of the union of this king known as Dasara to this queen whose name is Kausalya. We listened to how both of them, they met with each other and the terms and the conditions under which they were married. In the mind, we are all very familiar with all of or most of the epics that is unfolded in the Ramayana. If you were to ask even the smallest child, what happened in the Ramayana? They will tell you that there was a king named Ravana who lived in a place called Lanka, and a king named Dasara who lived in a place called Ayodhya. They will tell you that Bhagwan Shri Ram, a manifestation of Lord Vishnu, came on the earth to perform Manush Leela. Last night we listened to the union of Dasara and Kausalya, how it brought about this daughter whose name was Urmila. And all in celebration, in commemoration of the 78th birthday of our hostess, Mama. But this evening I'm going to fast forward. And this evening I'm going into Lanka Kand of the Ramayana. And in Lanka Kand, Lanka itself, Mama, when you hear Lanka, what comes to mind? When you hear Lanka, what comes to mind? When you hear Ayodhya, what comes to mind? Mama say my grandparents comes to mind when I think about Ayodhya. When you think about Lanka, who come to mind to answer? Good people live in Lanka or bad people? She said not Lord Ram. In Lanka, Lanka is governed by this king whose name is Ravana. Ravana lives in Lanka. We all know what Ravana would have done. But tonight, Goddess Sita is in Ashoka grove of Ravana. And as Goddess Sita is there, Bhagwan Shri Ram is trying his endeavor best to find Goddess Sita. He sends Lord Hanuman. And sending Lord Hanuman goes in search of Goddess Sita. Hanumanji comes back with positive news that Sita Devi is in a safe place and she's in a grove and she's well taken care of and there is no need to worry. A person whose nature is to worry, can you tell them don't worry? There's some people that worry about things that don't even concern them. There's some people that nature is to be angry. You know anybody like that? The breeze blow, they vex. The breeze didn't blow, they vex. The rain fall, they vex. The rain didn't fall, they vex. You talk to them, they vex. You didn't talk to them, they vex. You attend, they vex. You didn't attend, they vex. You give them, they vex. You didn't give them, they still vex. And it's their nature to be angry all the time. You watch them, they vex. You didn't watch them, they vex. And that's the world that we live in. It says, Goddess Sita is in the Ashoka grove of Ravana. But as she's in the Ashoka grove of Ravana, what will happen? Listen, the katha begins to tell us story. Dasah sarabha misitarane kapito misitarane kapito simadhanara he has built a bridge that will take him into this place called Lanka. There is always an option. There is always a choice to choose if you will build a wall or you'll build a bridge. 99% of the time, when the choice comes to choose if we will build a wall or if we will build a bridge, which one we build? Which one we build? The neighbor just says something contrary that you don't like. What you do? You go to the hardware and you say to the person in the hardware, I want the longest galvanized you have. How much foot? How much foot? 40 foot. And you put up a 40-foot wall to block off the neighbor. Huh? Everybody fighting. Everybody fighting. Baba, their water fallen by me. You think that right? On Christmas Eve, I did a funeral. And there's a burial. And I don't really enjoy doing, actually I don't enjoy doing funerals. But I especially don't like to go to the cemetery. And when I went to the cemetery, the grave is down in the corner, down in the back. Rain falling, bucket a drop. When I go, the hole is full of water. They bail out the water with buckets and they do all sorts of things. But the more they bail is the more the water falling inside of there. And then the man digging the hole, he said, Baba, you have to do quick, you know, because this water wouldn't stop. I said, what to do? He said, put down the box quick. I go home and I can't sleep. All I'm thinking is the man swimming down there. You live your whole life fighting for all sorts of things and doing all sorts of things. And nobody knows what will happen to us in the end. What we will get, if we will get, how we will get, what we may get, who will remember us, we don't know. It says, Shri Rama has built this bridge that will take him into this place called Lanka. Shri Rama and his entire army, after praying to Bhagavan Shiva, they're entering. Ravana knows that Shri Rama is coming. You ever had some kind of intuition that you're going to meet somebody? Ever think about them and then you see them? Ever thought about somebody and then you see them calling your phone? Like deja vu? Like some kind of magic? Huh? Ever dream something and then out of nowhere what you dreamt happened? And you say, you know, I dreamed that. And you know when you tell people you dreamt something like that, you know what they will say? What they will say? At Trinidadian, you tell them you dreamed that. The first thing they say, she could lie, boy. How you could dream something like that? It's impossible. It says, Mandodari, the wife of Ravana. Mandodari, with might and conviction, she stands in front of her husband. And Mandodari says, Ravana, now is your time to surrender. Now is your time to do the right thing. An opportunity always presents itself to us to correct all the wrong things that we would have done. But you see, there are many things that prevent us from correcting ourselves. And so Mandodari advising Ravana pretends that he is deaf. Mama, you ever talk to somebody and you wonder if they just hear? Huh? You feel as though they're deaf because you have to say the same thing over and over and over. Have you ever experienced that before? Mama, you don't answer, you know, if you don't get in trouble. Mama didn't just shake her head and she's like, huh? Mandodari, she fails. But as Mandodari fails, what will happen? As the battle begins between Lord Ram and Ravana, it says Ravana is sending his soldiers to fight, and Lord Rama is sending his soldiers to fight. But as the war is happening, it is constant. Something happens. The time has now come when Bhagavan Shri Rama, he has to make the tough decision of sending Lakshman, his brother, onto the battlefield. And as he sends Lakshman on the battlefield, listen, it tells us in the send a being on the battlefield. But before Ravana could send this being on the battlefield, this being who saw that everybody who went before him, they were destroyed, Ravana has to convince him that he should go. You ever tried to convince somebody into doing something that they don't want to do? You ever had to convince somebody to take you to the prayers, to the yagna, to the puja? You have to beg them days in advance. You have to beg them. You have to start begging them. You say, hey, I done take out my clothes, you know. I done put it on the bed, you know. I done iron, you know. I done fix up everything, you know. Don't set me up, you know. You have to take me. You have to take me. Do you know much wives have to beg the husband to take them to the yagna? And husband home doing nothing, but he busy. Busy doing nothing. You could be busy doing nothing. I can't go, I have to watch wrestling. I can't go, I have to watch Choti Bahu. Huh? The husband more interested in Choti Bahu than the wife. I can't go, and you make all the excuses why you can't go. Satsang is a seed that you plant that will help your soul. TV makes the body happy. Satsang makes the soul happy. See the difference? Satsang is for your soul. It's food for your soul, your atma. Ravana, he summons Kalanemi's son. And summoning him, he says, listen, I want you to go. I want you to do me a favor. I'm sending a powerful being onto the battlefield to fight against Lakshmana. But I want you to observe what is going to happen. And chances are I might need your help. I might need your help. He's keeping a reserve in case he needs help. If you need help, who can you call? I asked that last night. Mama, you need help to make the parsad. Who could you call? And you're sure they will come. Mama, who you call? Pundit Satnarayan. You'll call him? You think he'll come? At least Mama honest, huh? Baba, she say. You call me? You think I will come if you call me to make the parsad? I said to you last night, let me make the parsad and bring it. Huh? She said, not my parsad. I'm making my own parsad. Ravana is planning in the event that he needs this person. He has this ready and waiting. And now Ravana, what he does, listen, it tells us. Meganath goes on to the battlefield. Meganath stands face to face with Lakshmana. Meganath is holding his weapon and Lakshman is holding his weapon. And as both of them aim the weapon to each other, what will happen? Listen, it tells us. Meganath shoots his arrow. But his arrow is no ordinary arrow. His arrow is an astra, a divine arrow. And this was given to him by, Lord Brahma. Does Bhagwan, does God only bless good people? Hello? Does Bhagwan only bless good people? Do me a favor. Punch the person next to you and say, hey, you're a good person? Ask them. Come, talk to each other. Punch the person next to you and say, hey, are you a good person? Change the question. Say, hey, how good are you? How good are you? You see, with the old me and thing else, holy, in the puja and thing, rare bhakti, huh? Too much chance. Out of the puja, you are bucked out. Huh? Out of the puja, you are bucked out. They have nothing like bhakti in the puja, out of the puja. All the demonic qualities, they come, they act up. It says, the astra knocks Lakshmana unconscious, and Lakshmana falls to the ground as though Lakshman is lifeless. Ever get a scare before? Somebody who is close to you faint away or something happen? Ever get a scare before? How do you react to that? Huh? How do you react to that? Mama said to me one day, she said, Baba, I don't know what happened, I just get a blackout. I said, really? What you do? She said, me, I know. She said, they carry me by the doctor and the doctor says something and I tell him something else. He's saying to me, I have to do this. I tell him, I go in and pray and I wouldn't have to do that. Remember that? She said to me, she said, I go in and pray. And she came to the Yagna and she said to me, she said, Baba, say the prayer is good, a miracle had happened. I'm not going to do nothing the doctor tell me. Mother Durga going to fix me. And I said to her, Mama, you have the right attitude. Pray with me. And I held her hand and I chanted some mantras and I said, you tell Mother Durga. Until today, she's good. Maybe she knew what she was saying. She didn't have to do what the doctor said that she had to do. It says, Lakshmana falls to the ground. And as Lakshman falls to the ground, Bhagwan Shri Ram rushes to his brother. He lifts his brother and he puts his brother on his lap. And he's trying to wake up his brother. Trying to shake him and wake him. Shri Ram. Utola kanalala priya bhai. Utola kanalala priya bhai. Uto, wake up. Open your eye. Talk to me. But Lakshmana can't open his eye. You see, the day you get the most mala is, you know what day? What day? Huh? What day you get plenty mala? You live your whole life and nobody never put a mala for you, no? But you see, the day you're dead, everybody making a long line to come and do arti for me, and you never do it when I am alive. I'm choking you. I say it all the time. I say, come to my funeral and go on the creek, because I know that's what they will do. They will cremate me. Come there and go buy a car trunk and I will show you spirit. I roll in you, the car, your bottle and everything down the hill. 3 3/4 mile mark, down in the sea. from a side. And if you didn't come to my funeral and you attended the next funeral, you're still getting it. I roll in you too. Because there is a place and there is a time for everything. The minute you hear puja, the devil is awakening you. I can't fast. How many days I had to fast? God who gave you everything, you can't pass more, you know. You can't dedicate your energy and your effort into party pleasures the body, puja pleasures the soul. Remember that. And most of what we do while we're alive is we try to prepare our soul. Utto, wake up, oh Lakshmana. But Lakshmana can't wake up. And Shri Ram, he's crying. Bhagwan Shri Ram is crying for his brother. And crying, what will happen? He wonders what he will do. Listen, Goswami Tulsidas Ji tells us.
Jaya Rama Sri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Kirata Narayan Kirata Narayan Bahut Vistala Girgiri Naratab Kachahi Kalala Ida Mahadasana Surapatahi Nana Asraha Sasratani Jai Ram Shri Rama Jaya Ram Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Jai Ram Shri Rama Jaya Ram Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama.
I pay obeisance at the lotus-like feet of my beloved mother. I had no clue that she was here. And so, she's sitting next to me. It says, Shri Ram trying to awaken Lakshmana. Lakshmana doesn't reply. A day comes when we will have that regret that we didn't say what we wanted to say. Or maybe we didn't do enough. Or maybe we didn't do more than we did. And a day comes when we have that regret in us. You see, I believe in the philosophy of not eulogizing somebody when they're dead, but eulogizing somebody while they're alive. That's why last night I gave everybody in the family a chance to talk. Everybody say something. When you're dead, the people you're reading the eulogy talk more about themselves than you. Huh? They say you were born, you died, you got married, you went to school, and this is what happened between me and he. The kahani. Funeral ceremony is the shortest Hindu ceremony ever. You know that? You know what make it long? You know what make it long? The long line to put the flowers, the long line to do the arti, and the long set of speech. Swami says to me all the time, he say, when I dead, you'll be doing the funeral. I say, don't say that, I might die before you. He said, but just in case, it have no eulogy. It have no talking, it have no speech, and it don't have no line for no RT. Do the thing quick and up the road. And every time he tell me he's up the road. And you know, everybody will be mad with me if I do something like that. They go say, that man close to the Pundit. And you know, the Pundit go on to that man's funeral and the Pundit do jukum jam. Whoosh bash. Quick, quick, quick. He even sing a bhajan. He ain't saying nothing. That's the appreciation the Pundit showed to the man, and the man dead. But you see, I don't have to show him appreciation when he's dead, because I show him appreciation while he's alive. I say all the nice things to him. Sometimes I say some rough things too. But I say it while he's alive. If I have to give him something, I give him when he's alive. I don't want to buy no box for nobody to lie down in. If I have to give you, I give you while you're alive. I take the mala off my neck and I give you. I make you happy. I'm not going to put the mala when you're dead. Lakshman, Shri Ram is wondering what he will do. And Hanumanji goes and he brings Sushen. Sushen is a physician, the doctor. But when Sushen comes and Sushen analyzes Lakshmana, he says, trouble. Trouble. If Lakshmana is not revived by sunrise, Lakshmana will die. Lakshmana is going to die. But there is a solution. There is a mountain on which you can find a herb that will bring back health and to Lakshmana. Sent for it. And without even being asked, Lord Hanuman volunteers himself. Without even being asked, Lord Hanuman volunteers himself. I will go. Do we have good friends who will volunteer themselves? In the world, in the age, in the time that we live in. In the time that we live in. You know, there was a lady who said, saying it in big. I want to say it in big. In the age that we live in now, nobody does anything for nothing. Is that true? Nobody does anything for nothing anymore. They always expect something. There is always a motive. There is always some kind of behind every action. And so, Hanuman volunteers himself. But as Hanumanji volunteers himself, he's given the instruction and he's following instructions. There's some people, they're good at giving instructions, but they're not good at following instructions. True? True or not? Huh? I go to the airport, and you know, to check in, you have to go through that. But there is nobody there. And there is a whole ring of roses, like a puzzle you have to walk through. I decide, you know what? Let me do a smart thing. Let me just walk straight. I walk straight and the lady look at me. She say, Mister, go back. I say, go back where? She said, go back to the door and start over. So I smile. I go back to the door and I walk straight again. She said, let's try this one more time. Go back and come back. I go, I smile, I look at her smiling, but she vexed, huh? And I walk back straight again. She said, well, apparently you can't read and you don't understand English. Go back to the door and follow the line and come. I said, have no line. She said, follow that bifurcation and come back. I go now, and when I start walking, people come behind me and I drag in my carry-on today, yesterday and the day before. And I start to walk slow for spite. And I watching her and she's stewing and I smiling. When she could have made my life easy, when I could have made my life easy by just doing the halfway thing, she made it sure that I did the whole thing. You see, if we do the right thing the first time, we don't have to do it over, and over and over. But the ego in us doesn't permit us to admit that we are wrong. We always want to be right all the time. Lakshmana, he's on the ground. He has no clue what is happening. Hanumanji has volunteered himself and he's listening to the instruction. He's going. He's going on instruction, not on his own will. And going with instruction, what will happen? Something will happen. Ravana knows. Ravana knows that Lord Hanuman is going. And now Ravana, his plan is coming into being. Ravana summons. And who he summons? He summons this being, Kalanemi. And summoning Kalanemi, he says, Kalanemi, I want you to do me a favor. But there is a reward for the favor. If you ask somebody to do something, they'll be willing. But if you tell them, hey, if you do it, I will give you this. You don't think they will do it faster? Kalanemi, he's standing now waiting to hear what he will be given. And Ravana begins to speak. And Ravana is speaking in beautiful words. You see, the day you want somebody to do something for you, how you just talk to them? Mama, when you want somebody to do something for you, how you just talk to them? Huh? Honey coming out your mouth, you know. Sugar, sweet, sweet, sweet. Mommy, when you want your Pundit son to do something for you, how you just talk to him? You hear her? She didn't just say nice, you know. She said, real nice. I'll do it anyway. But when you say it real nice, you might get it quicker. And that's a fact, it's the truth. Ravana speaks with beautiful words. And Ravana, what is he saying? Listen, it tells us. Ram Siya Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Ram Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Ram Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
Ravana says, Kalanemi, Hanumanji is going through Dronagiri, this mountain, where he will find this herb that will save Lakshmana. But you must do me a favor. You must go and confuse the mind of Hanuman. He must never be able to find that herb. And so Lakshmana must die. But if you do this, I promise you that when you come back and Lakshmana dies and news of Lakshmana's death echoes, I will give you half of the kingdom of Lanka. This is what I will give you. This is your incentive. Go quickly. Hearing that he will get half of the kingdom, he becomes excited. He believes now in his mind at all costs, he has to win half of the kingdom. And so he sets about. What does he do? Listen, it tells us. Oh, garabin kaha bir dehi kaise kusuma kusuma ka ghate kati jaise Ram Siya Ram Siya Ram Jai Jai Ram. Ram Siya Ram Siya Ram Jai Jai Ram.
Ram Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram.
And Kalanemi puts himself on the pathway that he knows that Hanumanji will pass. And putting himself there, he takes the disguise of a sage. He takes the disguise of a holy man. You see, anytime you tread onto the pathway of holiness, there are things and beings that will put themselves on the pathway that you have to cross. And they will try to divert you. They will try to sway you. Ever get ready to go to the puja and you tell your friend you're going and they say, don't go now. Come, we're making a cook. Come and eat instead. Tomorrow you go in the puja. And you say, well, the puja is today. I don't know if it had tomorrow. Well, you go always go now. But we ain't go always make a cook. Huh? Everybody come from far and we cooking, boil and fry and stew okra. Me know when we go get okra again. Huh? So you have to come and eat. And I put in coconut milk. And I put in, what again is put in it, mama? Enough bandanya. Come now. You go press next day. You don't have to go press today. You go next day. What you'll do? You see, they convince you, you know. They convince you to go. you'll go on next day. Tomorrow may never. Boil and fry and stew okra is for your stomach. Puja is for your soul. Your body and your stomach remain here, and your soul standing. Tere karam kahani, tere atma bhi jani, paramatma bhi jani. Here I am. Here is my soul standing in front of you. Meni chadhar or ki kaise. You sent me with this, but you know what happened? You know what happened? Kali kamane और किए भक्तों की भगवान ने तेरे मेरे ने नहीं पहचान. Kali, you think that's a bhajan to Mother Kali? Kali means that the shawl that you sent me into the world with I have stained and is now black because of the actions that I performed, O Lord Krishna. That's a bhajan to Lord Krishna. Did you know that? Did you know that? That's a bhajan, a supplication, a begging for pardon from Bhagwan. That my shawl is stained and dark and I'm begging you, please, help me. Help me, I didn't know better. But you see, we know better, and we still do the wrong thing. Kalanemi puts himself in spot. And as Hanumanji flies over, Kalanemi, using his paw, he begins to pull him down. You see, we live in a world and an age where we try to pull everybody down all the time. Instead of lifting up each other, we try to pull each other down. We think that when we stand up on others and on their head, we will look taller. But you see, what we didn't recognize is when you stand on somebody's head, in order for that person to stand your weight, you have to be strong. And when they stand on you, really what they're doing is strengthening you. They're strengthening you. They're bringing out the real strength in you. Recently I went to Guyana and they were making mitai. And the auntie making the mitai, she said to me, she said, Baba, I don't know how you all do it in Trinidad, but this is what we do in Guyana. In order for this thing to taste sweet, we throw some salt. I said, Mama, we don't offer nothing with salt when we're doing puja. She said, I want to tell you something. Don't tell nobody that again. I said, why? She said, everything have salt. I said, what do you mean? She go and bring the pack of milk. She said, read this. She said, you see this thing named sodium? Me and all it is called in Trinidad, but there's salt. Even the milk you put in the parasad have some degree of salt. I said, Mama, well, why? Because we're going to make parasad with only water. She said, well, even the sugar have salt. Because to get the sugar to change color, and she is this chemist. I don't know better, so anything she says, I say, okay, yeah, okay. She bring the condensed milk pan. You ever read the condensed milk pan? Huh? She says, so don't tell nobody that again. Huh? I say, okay, all right. Me and fighting with nobody, especially a lady in the kitchen, and not fighting. It says, Kalanemi puts himself there and pulls down Lord Hanuman. And as he pulls him down, Kalanemi says, where are you rushing to go? Rest. Take a rest. I have this pond here. Go and bathe and replenish yourself. Go. And Hanumanji says, I have no time for this. You know, there's some people, because they're home doing nothing, they think everybody doing that too. There's some people, because they have nowhere to go, they think that you have nowhere to go to. You have nothing to. Everybody complain all the time. You don't answer your phone. They complain, Pundit Satnarayan don't answer his phone. You know how much times I calling him and I can't get him? But the good thing is, he answers the phone and all I hear in the background, Bande, Dev, Patin. Me, you know, if he home and chanting the mantra, I have no clue. I hear the bell ringing, the shank blowing, because he does that, so I know he in puja. don't disturb me. And vice versa. Sometimes if he call me, I am in the puja, I have to chant, I have to sing, I have to something, so he will know. It says, he's saying to Hanumanji, relax. Don't rush, relax. And saying this, what will happen? Listen, Goswami Tulsidas Ji writes, Jai Ram, Sri Rama, Jai Jai Rama,
Sri Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama,
Sri Rama, Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama,
Sri Rama, Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama,
Baju Raghupati Kara Hita Apnaya, Baju Raghupati Karo Hita Apnaya, Chalahu Hunata Jal Par Paya, Nahi Kahu De Kar Sandar Pai, Nahu Kar De Kasan Mudra Sapai, Hidaya Hara Kuhu Loj Brahmani, Hidaya Hara Kuhu Loj Brahmani. Jai Ram, Sri Rama, Jai Jai Rama,
Jai Ram, Sri Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama,
Sri Ram, Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama, oh Sri Ram, Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama. Kalanemi in this holy form, he's insisting that Lord Hanuman must go and bathe. You ever go to the beach accompanying somebody and they insist that you have to go and bathe, and you say, well, in your defense, you say, I ain't bring no clothes. And they say, well, I bring plenty, you go wear mine. Huh? Or ever go to the pool and before you could say you're not bathing, they push you in the water? Huh? With your jeans and your phone and your everything? And your brand new watch and everything? You're bathing and enjoying it, but you're vexed too. Hanumanji says, you know what? Let me go and replenish myself. He takes the time to go. He's going along with what is happening. And as Hanumanji goes into the lake to bathe, he is greeted by a makri. What is a makri? A huge crocodile. The crocodile opens his jaw big. And Lord Hanuman singing, you know what? Binu sat sanga viveka na hoi, Binu sat sanga viveka na hoi, Ram kripa binu sura ban soi. Jai Ram, Sri Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Sri Ram, Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama. Hanumanji makes one fist and he gives the makri, the crocodile, one blow, and the crocodile falls on the ground. And as the crocodile falls on the ground, the pran, the life, the breath out of the crocodile came out. And the Atma, the soul, stood in front of Lord Hanuman, and the soul spoke. Let me ask you, if somebody close to you dies, and you go to the wake, maybe you go to the funeral, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a whisper come in your ears, and you hear the voice of the dead man talking, what you'll do? What you'll do? Swami, imagine I am dead and you come to my funeral and I come in a voice to your ears and I say, hey, where you come for? Cry now. What you gonna do? Huh? What you'll do? You'll start to cry? What you do? Run. You better run. Because if you're crying and I have the choice to tell you cry and you're crying, then I have to make sure you cry. Hanumanji, the soul stands in front of him and the soul bows, Danvat Karo, falls flat. And the soul is saying, you liberated me. I was trapped here. I was placed here by that being who is pretending to be holy. That is Kalanemi. And so he has now plotted a plan. And the soul begins to tell Lord Hanuman, you see, when you go to find the herb, you would not be able to distinguish which herb it is. Because he has done mischief trying to prevent you. We live in a world and a time and an age where people do all kind of mischief to prevent your blessing from coming to you. But I want to tell you, whether what mischief they do, what is yours will always be yours. What is for you will always come to you. And there is nothing they could do. Baba, I'm thinking about switching job, because you know why? I have in real trouble and pressure in work. I want to tell you something. Anywhere you go is pressure. So choose your pressure. Sit down quiet in your job. Do what you have to do. Mind your own business. They say hello, say hello. They say hi, say hi. They ask you how you're going. I real good. Full stop. You're eating your roti, hide and eat it. Don't share. Recently, I met one of my school friends in Canada. And she said, you can't remember me? I said, no. She said, let me tell you, I used to go in your bag and thief your sandwich every day. I said, oh, you. She said, you make mouth. I said, no. I said, that sandwich really worked for you. You're looking different, I can't make you out. Hanumanji, hearing now that this plan is made and some kind of prevention is going to happen, Hanumanji goes quickly to Kalanemi. And as he goes to Kalanemi, you know what happens? Sata Sangata Muga Mangala Mola. Sata Sangata Muga Mangala Mola. Soi par se dhasara nahi te shola. Jai Ram Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama.
Ram Shri Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. Mangal Bhavanaya Mangal Hari. Mangal Bhavanaya Mangal Hari. Prabhu Sudasarata Ajira Bihari. Ajira Bihari Rama Ajira Bihari. Prabhu Sudasarata Ajira Bihari. Oh, Ajira Bihari Rama Ajira Bihari. Prabhu Sudasarata Ajira Bihari. Jai Ram Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. Jai Ram Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama. Shri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama.
Kalanemi begins to talk and he begins to... And Hanumanji knows already. He has been told that this is a disguised being. And so this being is up to nothing that is good. And Hanumanji listens and he smiles. Sometimes you're listening, you're hearing, but you know differently. So all you have to do is what? What you have to do? Smile. Huh? You know the story. You know what really happened, but you're hearing a different version. What do you have to do? What you have to do? Just smile. And so Hanumanji, what he does? Hanumanji, he gives another blow, but this time to Kalanemi. And giving this blow to Kalanemi, he's trying to teach Kalanemi, you ought to speak the truth. You ought to speak the truth. The truth will set you free. Speak the truth. Be truthful. Tonight I want to tell you, it costs you nothing to speak the truth. Be truthful. Do you know there's some people, every single thing is a lie? Anything, everything is a lie. You don't know how to believe them. They're telling you the God truth, you know, and you still can't believe them. They swear to God and Om Namah Shivaya and holding the holy book and still lying. You know anybody lying? Don't answer, please. Because they're not even fearful of Bhagwan, God. They're not fearful at all. With conviction they lie. The way they're telling the lie, so them and all believe in it. Sometimes I tell things that are not true. And not because I want to lie to you, you know, but because what you're asking me is not your business. And sometimes I too do mischief, you know. I do mischief to find out who is a friend and who is an enemy. And it always works out, huh? I always find out. It always works out. And 99% of the time, the one you have the most trust in is the one who disappoints you the worst. Is that true? Is that true? Don't answer, nothing I ask. Please, don't answer. Because you see, chances are you'll be on the TV and somebody will see you shake your head and they'll get vexed. Don't answer. Kalanemi, he's disciplined for lying. And disciplined for lying, Hanumanji, what he does, listen, the Katha tells us finally. Asaya garata harehi madai asata hare karane namai suramandir kahane batai Bharata hare kahane asrama Pitu hai Shri Rama, Rama Pitu hai Shri Rama, Muni kahane kar Pitu hai Shri Rama. Jai Ram Shri Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama. Jai Ram Shri Ram, Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Rama Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama. Jai Ram Shri Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Rama, Jaya Jaya Rama. Mangal Murti Maruti Nandana Sakalaya Mangal Morani Kandana Morani Kandana Rama Morani Kandana Sakalaya Mangala Morani Kandana The instruction is that when you go to this mountain, you're going to see that there is a tree with a flame. Identify this to be the herb, the jivan, that will bring back the life, the energy to Lakshmana. Bring that herb. But you see, when Lord Hanuman goes, many other lights are lit, and he doesn't know which one is the real one. You ever buy a bulb to change home, and you buy the wrong bulb? For your chandelier or something? And you buy the wrong bulb. It looking the same, but it can't work. Ever happen? Ever buy a wiper blade for your car, and when you try to put it on, it can't fit, it can't work? It looking the same, but it's not the same. Hanumanji wonders what I will do. I don't know which one is the real one. So you know what he decides to do? Jai Shri Ram! Jai Jai Shri Ram! He lifts up the whole mountain. The entire mountain he lifts up. And Jai Shri Ram! Jai Jai Shri Ram! He begins to fly. He's going with the entire mountain. But flying and going with the entire mountain, something happens. He has to fly over Ayodhya. And flying over Ayodhya, there is a being who is not sitting on the throne, but he is standing guard to Ayodhya. And it's Bharat. Bharat always has the arrow charged and ready for when Ayodhya will be under attack. And Bharat, in the dead of the night, Bharat sees this shadow flying over Ayodhya. Bharat doesn't give it a second thought. He put the arrow to the bow and he aims it. And as he aims it, he shoots the arrow. And Hanumanji gets shot. Hanumanji falls to the ground. The mountain is still in his hand. Though he fell, he never dropped the mountain. He's holding the mountain. Do you know there's some people, they're holding something, but they prefer to fall down and break their foot than to throw down what they're holding. What could be so valuable? Rajesh, what you will hold up and though it fall down, but you could fall down, that's okay. What it will be? Don't answer. Your cell phone maybe. Your cell phone. That's a prize thing, Your cell phone is 3/4 your life, Anything you're doing is cellular, You're in the bathroom, the Wi-Fi had to pick up day too, You bathing and you're on the phone. You videoing your friend to see you soaping. You say, oh, go and get this new shampoo, check it out, it real foamy. Don't plug on your thing and go in the bathroom to bathe, Jaya be a killer. That will be the last time you shampoo in your head. They go into the toilet, you carrying the phone. You go into the bathroom, you carrying the phone. You go into the kitchen, you carrying the phone. You go into sleep, you carrying the phone right under your pillow. Whole night, bling, bling. There is a thing called the cork. Long time we used to call the cover of the bottle a cork. And we say crumb cork. Dan Paul has that thing on his phone, like a crumb cork falling down. You remember how that song? Like you open a bottle and the crumb cork falling down. And every time you get a message, you will hear that song. I say, boy, that thing will send me crazy one day. Switch that. He said, you don't have to listen, I want to know when the message comes from me, is my message. And in my mind, I say, it is my car. It frustrated me. And he laughing. Everything he laughing. Everything is laugh. Up to now, till today, he still has that. You still have that, That's the tone for the message. Krongkok, and I don't know who messaging he, so I'll have to do some investigating. It says, Hanumanji, he falls, but he doesn't allow the mountain to fall. Because that mountain has somebody's life in it. The antidote, the remedy, the recipe to ensure that death don't come. And when Bharat hears the cry, he recognizes the voice and he knows that his voice is familiar. He rushes and he sees Hanuman on the ground and he says, Hanuman, why? What are you doing flying here? And Hanumanji says, Lakshmana has been shot. And Lakshmana is lying almost lifeless. And I have to take this herb to save his life. Bharat becomes frightened. And hearing this, Bharat, he too begins to cry. And now he's thinking, how can I send you quick? And listen to what Bharat is saying. He says, my arrow is a blessed arrow. Sit on the arrow and I will shoot the arrow, and in no time, in the wink of an eye, you will reach to that place. Sit on the arrow. And Hanumanji smiles and he says, have you forgotten? Have you forgotten? Pavan tanaya santana hitekari सुन लीजे प्रभु अरज हमारी जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम जय सिया राम जय जय हनुमान. Have you forgotten? My father is the wind god. I am fast like the wind. And so in no time I will go, Bharat. And Hanumanji jumps up. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Jai Shri Ram. And Hanumanji flies his way. But as Lakshmana is revived, Lord Rama looks at Hanuman and he says, Hanuman, what took you so long? We were waiting here. You see, the minute you have to wait, you know what happened? Every minute feel like an hour when you have to wait. You ever get ready and somebody have to pick you up and they not come in? They're 5 minutes late and it feel like 5 hours late. You ever get ready for the puja and you feel like the Baba can't come? Papa Malu? Ever get ready for the puja and feel like the Baba forget the date? The camera on you, smile. Because it's me we talking about. Sometimes I go and I see the smoke coming out his head. I say, Papa, He Satya Narayan is every month, you know. And there is never a month when I early. The month I plan to go early, I go more late. And every month I go, from the time I see him and I know he vex, I say, Papa, no vex in this prayers, eh? Real traffic. He said, that is your mantra, traffic. I look at Mama, I say, and easy I will ask her every month. I say, he vex. She said, nah, he had 2 vex, little vex. It says, Shri Ram is inquiring, what took you so long? Listen, it tells us. ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी ओ ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी
ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी
तहु कपिले कर देहि विगत देहि सुरान हो रामा देहि सुरान जनहु मोहि दे रघुपति के अनुकूल ही बखान हो रामा अनुकूल दे पकान सुनत वचन कारी कपि सुनो हो देहि दान ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हिते. Clap your hands with me, everybody.
ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी
भक्त हितकारी ओ 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 भक्त हितकारी
ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी ओ ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी
ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी.
Hanumanji, he says to Lord Rama, when I went, I met with Kalanemi and Lord Rama was okay with that. But then he says, I was shot by Bharat. I fell to the ground. And then Bharat asked me where I'm going, and I told him Lakshmana got shot. And so Bharat became very worried, oh Lord Rama, and he started to cry. Which brother want to hear that their brother crying? Let me change that. Which good brother want to hear that their brother in trouble? Because we have some brothers who will go to the end of the world to make sure that their brother's life miserable. We have some sisters who will go to the end of the world to make sure that their sister unhappy. They will say the worst things about them. They will do the worst things towards them. Long ago, the bond that we shared with brother and sister was a true bond. You see, when Mama was growing up, Mama was telling me, maybe in November of last year, she was telling me how one of her brother died. But she wasn't just telling me, In telling me that he died, she was crying and telling me. She was crying and saying to me, my brother died. Now you hear your brother died, you say, where we go eat for the break, boy? Where we go drink? Party. You done planning what size pot you making it pilau in. In your mind you say you should have died long time. That's the world that we live in. In Mama's generation, the bond that brothers and sisters shared was different to the bond that her children will share with their siblings. And then I am a generation under that. The bond that we share as siblings is totally different to that little child playing the dantar there. Seeing the little child playing the dantar. The bond that he will share with his siblings will be totally different to the one that I shared with my siblings. And then, when he has children, the bond that they will share will be different. Totally, can you imagine? Cousin don't know they is cousin. Relatives don't know they're related at all. Okay, you know why? Long time, one time, he did vex with her next auntie because they borrow her slippers and didn't drop it back. And then when you start to talk, you realize, well, it's some kind of close link, and you say, oh God, die no pumpkin vine, na? Die closer than pumpkin vine. Lord Rama looks at Hanuman and he says, Hanuman, I am disappointed in you. I am disappointed in you because you left Bharat in this state of unhappiness and worry and confusion, and I am disappointed in you. Tonight I want to tell you, if you remembered nothing I would have said, I want you to remember this. You want to disappoint Bhagwan? Leave those around you unhappy, in distress, and in trouble. Service to God is service to man. And when man is served, God becomes happy. And when our work on the earth becomes service to God through man, all things are added unto us. The words of Bhagavad Gita, the words of Bhagwan Krishna to Arjun, the 4 words of the Ganesh Utsav Foundation. Service to God is service to man. Want to disappoint Bhagwan? Make the beings around you unhappy. We don't want to do that. So I want you to do me a favor. Turn to the person next to you and tell them something nice. Smiling. Smiling, Smile. Don't pretend. Real smile. Tell each other something nice. Hey, mommy, tell me something nice. Tell each other something nice. Say something pleasant to each other. And if you can't say something good, say. And if you can't do something good, do. And if you can't think good thoughts, then get active in doing positive good things. Syavar Ramachandra ki jai. This has brought us to the end of our Katha this evening.